Most of us are taught to think of consciousness as a fixed trait, something we simply have, like a height or a blood type. You are conscious, I am conscious, and that is usually where the inquiry ends. But if we look closer at how people actually live, we see that perception is rarely uniform. One person might filter every experience through the lens of survival and fear, while another sees the exact same circumstances as an opportunity for reflection or service. Believing that our identity is a static object makes it difficult to separate ourselves from our conditioning. We begin to mistake our repetitive habits, our localized perspectives, and our past traumas for objective truth. When we treat the mind as a fixed machine, we often find ourselves repeating the same cycles of reaction, unable to see the underlying patterns that are actually driving our behavior. There is another way to view this. Instead of a machine, imagine consciousness as a living environment, a dynamic ecosystem that is constantly growing and reorganizing. This inner ecology is a field where our biology, our family history, our culture, and our personal beliefs all interact. Each element influences the others, shaping the climate of our daily experience. The ecology of consciousness is a framework designed to map these interactions. It provides a way to observe how awareness organizes itself, where it becomes restricted, and how it can eventually mature. Shifting to this perspective changes our relationship with our own minds. We move from being passive observers of our mental state to active participants in our own development. Because human awareness follows recognizable movements rather than random chaos, we can use a precise map to navigate it. This three-dimensional map allows us to chart consciousness as it moves through different states and stages. The first dimension uses the zodiac to represent archetypal patterns, the specific styles of awareness through which a life expresses itself. The second dimension is the three gunas, tamas, rajas, and sattva. These describe the immediate quality of our awareness, from heavy inertia to clear stillness. The third dimension tracks evolutionary development, showing the stages of psychological maturation over time. These three intersecting dimensions provide a set of coordinates. They show exactly where an individual's awareness is currently situated within the ecosystem of human experience. The zodiac provides archetypal currents, shaping a person's natural approach to the world. It reveals the underlying tendencies influencing how we seek meaning and connection. The gunas function as the real-time weather of the mind, describing whether our perception is clouded by dullness, agitated by ambition and reaction, or refined by clarity. This system also accounts for evolutionary development, the fact that as we age and gain insight, our understanding of identity and responsibility must reorganize into more integrated and complex stages. However, this ecosystem can become strained. When we are affected by trauma or rigid attachments, our patterns of awareness can become unhealthy, and our perception becomes trapped in a loop. From this perspective, many of our psychological struggles are tied to these specific points of distortion. Mapping the ecology allows us to identify where awareness has become caught, so that those patterns can be understood rather than unconsciously repeated. The core of this framework is the recognition that even deep-seated distortions are not permanent. Awareness has a natural capacity to reorganize and clarify itself. The ultimate goal of mapping these coordinates is clarification. This is the process of refining our perception so we can see ourselves and our circumstances without the interference of old conditioning. When consciousness becomes more clarified, our relationship with life changes. The same challenges that once triggered an automatic reactive habit now provide an opportunity to respond with wisdom and discernment. This leads to the central question of the work. How is awareness uniquely organizing and expressing itself through your life right now? By looking at astrology and psychology through this living map, we move past simple labels or symptom management. We gain a set of tools for observing and engaging with the actual movement of our own consciousness.